especially with the defender not in the best of positions there.
That'll do it for the first half. Suns lead by 6. Time now for the halftime break, with the third quarter soon to follow, right here on 2K Sports. Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far. What can you say? T.J. Warren, a very impressive effort here today.
I just love the tenacity on the defensive side. I mean, his play on D has been a huge factor for them as he continues to get steal after steal.
And guys, as the game moves on, I think he should continue to be aggressive defensively to keep ball handlers off balance.
And it's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now.
We've watched Warren play great basketball. He has 12 points, and he's done a little bit of work behind the arc. He's got a pair of three-pointers.
And you know what? The defenders have that in the back of their minds now. They'll be on him a little tighter.
Bledsoe and I to the backcourt. Warren is out there with John Lure. And it's Chandler in at center. That's who's out there for Phoenix.
That's a quick bucket there. Solid in transition.
Well, you know, he loves the chance to get out and run, and we could see right there why he does.
That's a big donut, folks, here to start the second half. 4 straight they've missed.
And sometimes it feels like Brandon Knight is the Rodney Dangerfield of the NBA. The poor guy just doesn't get much respect.
Yeah, I agree with you, Kevin. Through the end of last season, he'd already been on 3 teams in 5 years. On one hand, it may be disrespectful, but teams recognize his ability, too.
Here's Scola. And he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
Now that's finishing your work right there.
Powerful two-hand jam, you're right.
And I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will start shrinking even further.
Well, I like the way they're sharing the ball, and Bledsoe right in the middle of spreading it around.
And on the topic of Brandon Knight, you have to wonder why he's been traded around so much. I mean, it wasn't due to a slow start because he made the All-NBA rookie first team. He's smart, has a strong work ethic, proved himself to be a clutch shooter in college, the kind of guy you normally wouldn't think about dealing with for someone else.
You know, talking about Brandon Knight, part of the reason he's been traded so often is because teams are offering great prospects in return. Detroit dealt him for Brandon Jennings, and Milwaukee dealt him for Michael Carter-Williams.
And Terrence Ross showed fantastic development in his second season, but really took a step back last year. All of his shooting percentages were down. He exuded confidence, but still at times just could not buy a basket.
Kept alive. Lure. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul, stopping the layup and not giving up the and one.
And the Raptors going out now with a whole new group. Well, back to Terrence Ross, Greg, you were talking about him. It's so easy for a young player to lose his way a little after coming on so fast. Clark, I'm not surprised that he's had a few bumps in the road along the way.
That's part of the development and growth process, Kevin. You've seen it with a lot of guys. His upside, though, is great.
Raptors trailed by 8. And the basket by Scola.
Well, they certainly didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Yeah, and that's important because this game may ultimately come down to which team controls the paint in crunch time.
And Lure kicks to Bledsoe. No luck. Now Toronto takes it the other way.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see. I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
That's got to be job number 1 right now. Nothing easy on the inside.
And first time out of the game called for Phoenix.
And one thing that Phoenix had for them last season was depth. A very good bench and they provided a good scoring punch when called upon.
Patterson, he's checked in for the Raptors. The Suns leading. Well, Phoenix did have a strong bench, best scoring bench in the NBA in terms, Clark, of points per minute play.
Yeah, and you know, it really helped them, that bench strength, keep the pace of the game up. They were third in the league in fast break points last year.
For the tie, and it's good on the way up. Patterson's got the game tied up here for the Raptors.
This team really feeds off of one another in terms of their energy.
Perhaps, Greg, some type of motivational speech at halftime got both of these teams fired up. And what Patrick Patterson gives you guys is solid all-around play. He can help you in a lot of areas, high basketball IQ, high character, understands his role, knows his limitations, and stays within himself.
And going back to Patterson for just a moment, he's been lauded for his mature approach. Ever since high school in West Virginia, he was involved in a highly publicized recruiting battle between Florida and Kentucky, ultimately choosing the latter.
Yeah, and you know, the part of his game, Kevin, that he's really worked on is his ability to face up and shoot. Really starting to evolve into a guy that can space the floor, that space four. And when he's hitting that jumper at a high percentage, I think his value to the team goes up exponentially.
Powell, the pass to Caboclo. And a little luck that time, but it drops. Caboclo's got the lead up to 4 now for the Raptors. And Chandler throws it down.
You always hear about chemistry. That's a perfect example, knowing where each other is at all times.
Caboclo kicks to Powell. And there are the Raptors with another bucket. And out of bounds as the Raptors gain possession.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
With 1 on the clock. And it's in. The points coming in bunches as we wrap up the third quarter. It's been a good one. Toronto ahead. They lead by 6. And we're coming right back after this break to get the fourth quarter underway. And we're set to start the action up here in the fourth quarter. And if it's anything like the first 3, we should be in for a treat. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the fourth quarter. So for Toronto right now, they've got Corey Joseph. Patrick Patterson is out there with Nogueira. And it's Caboclo in at the 3, the small forward.
Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
You know, Greg, aggressiveness is really the only option when you're on the wrong side of the size equation.
Here's Powell. No good on the 3. The Suns trailing. Here's Warren. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Warren's got 5 points in the quarter.
And I'm sensing something special going on here tonight.
It certainly does have the feeling of a classic, Greg. Let's see which team is better equipped to handle the pressure.
Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
You know what? Very close to a 3-point play right there.
Yeah, he almost got that one down. I mean, those are the kind of aggressive plays coaches love to see.
And the Suns call time. Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Yes, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Jeff Hornacek as he addressed his team. It's been a hard-fought game, and he just wanted to give his guys a chance to catch their breath, saying, listen, we're right there. Let's make a push right here, put some pressure on them. Let's come out swinging. Kevin?
Both free throws good from Warren. Here's DeRozan. Outside Lowry. DeRozan dishes to Lowry. DeRozan passes to Ross. And again, no good by Toronto. And it's Phoenix's ball. Right now, they're on a 9-0 run. And Bledsoe, here we go. That's good. And the Suns lead by 5.
And tired legs affect you at the defensive end first, and that's what we're seeing here.
You called it, Greg. As much offense as we saw early, we're seeing even more of it here late.
Ross gets to Lowry. Chandler with the block.
They've been strong on the boards. There's no disputing that.
That's what the box score says, but still anybody's game.
And it's a completely new group for Toronto. Raptors trailed by 5. There's the feed to Powell. Passes it to Scola. Powell dishes to Scola. The 9-foot shot. That's good. And it's Phoenix's ball. They're on an 11-2 run. Chandler. And he throws it down hard with one hand.
The one-hand slam is so sweet when it's his hand doing the slam.
Oh, yeah, he is so smooth, even on a power finish like that.
And really, that's what makes him unique, that combination of power and polish.
Nogueira with it, and it's Knight picking him up. Yep, it goes in, and the Suns' lead is cut down now to just 3 on the bucket from Caboclo. Here's the Suns with the ball. They're on a 13-4 run. Warren kicks to Knight. The dive for the ball. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
Here's Chandler. Count it!
Boy, what a pressure bucket that was.
Greg, now that's coming through in the clutch.
Here's Powell. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And they had a foul to give, but you want to use it on the ground.
Yeah, I agree with you there, but at least they did get the clock stopped. That is the one saving grace of that situation.
And the second of 2 is good. That brings them within 2 here.
Yeah, being down 2 points instead of 1 thanks to the free throw miss makes getting a stop here absolutely critical.
Brandon Knight certainly can pass the orange.
It's stolen, and he commits the intentional foul. DeMar DeRozan, he's checked in for Powell. 2 points here might be all the cushion they need.
You would think so. This game is theirs for the taking.
Kicks it to Lure. And so they choose to intentionally foul. First free throw is good, and that puts them up by 5. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 6-point ball game.
And he just garnered a little bit more insurance there. Very confident as he's able to go up and knock those down.
Toronto calls timeout. They're losing by 6. 24 seconds left to play in the final quarter. And that'll be Toronto as it goes out of bounds. Raptors retain possession.
And you know what? Just a little too much heat on that pass for him to come up with the steal.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, that was going to be a tough catch for either one of them.
For 3, Ross. But they'll get another chance. Outside DeRozan. And not a good shot for him. They can get better looks than that. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
That's his first personal foul.
He drops the first one, and that makes it a